Tonight from Fernwood, Fernwood Tonight. 30 minutes of very remarkable entertainment coming to you live with your host for tonight, Mr. Barth Gimbel. Tonight, Barth's guest will be Mike Timmons and Mary Lou Bridgewater doing some clever new things with each other's bodies. Little Miss Wendy Price, the Cookie Princess of Fernwood. A special presentation by Mayor Jeter, a certain Mr. J. Carter, who will go face-to-face with Barth himself, and Happy Kind and the Mirth Makers. And me, I'm Jerry Hubbard. And now your host and mine, Mr. Barth Gimbel.
Thank you. Wow, thank you. Thanks very much. Thank you very much, and welcome once again to Fernwood Tonight. I'm Barth Gimbel, the same Barth Gimbel that's with the Barth Gimbel Pro-Am Golf Classic. Oop. Did I mention the, I guess I did. I slipped and mentioned the Barth Gimbel Pro-Am Golf Classic. I'm sorry if I did, because all the papers haven't been signed yet, and it may be just a little premature to talk about it tonight. But I did have an absolutely wonderful meeting today with a guy named Joey Clay, who's a delightful guy. He's in the wholesale cigarette distribution business, excuse me. He tells me he has this incredible rapport with the Marlboro people, and we're just a few short putts away from firming up the first annual Barth Gimbel Pro-Am Golf Classic. That'll be held out at the Fernwood Dunes. Yeah. This Saturday's round is absolutely nailed down, and we are talking, of course, about getting some very genuine honchos in there from the circuit. Johnny Miller's agent has gotten back to us. We're waiting to hear from Chichi Rodriguez. Tom Watson's caddy said it was a definite possibility. And this is the best. Jack Nicklaus, we got a hold of him, and he said, hey, I love to play golf. So, sounds pretty sure right there. Naturally, we'll play host to all you Fernwood hackers out there, too. Happy's going to take a few swings, I hope, and maybe even Ed McPherson from McPherson's Furniture right here in Fernwood, where their motto, incidentally, is fine furniture need not look expensive. Hi, Jerry.
Hi.
Jerry Hubbard, my announcer, co-host. Okay, we'll get his applause later. No, that's fine.
Start with the applause now, it'll never stop.
When you sit here, you get it when you sit there. Jerry, you'll be out there slugging out a few, won't you?
All right, I will, yes.
I hope you show up. I'm not carrying my golf bag alone.
All right.
Now, I know you'll be glad to hear that the Barth Gimbel Pro-Am Classic is definitely not one of those charity events. You pay to see a charity event, and they have so much paperwork, you never know where your money's going. And you get no song and dance from me about the needy families or the starving kids or some weird disease that golf can't cure. Nope, at the Barth Gimbel Pro-Am, you know where your hard-earned bucks are going. We're going to put those to good use to pay our expenses. And believe me, those things can mount up. Anyway, we'll be telling you more about the tournament, and Joey Clay is making arrangements to make sure that all those $50 tickets are available wherever cigarettes are sold. Now, my next guest, they met a long time ago, actually, at a health club here in town. One was there quite obviously to gain weight. The other was there, I think, even more obviously to lose weight. They thought they made an interesting pair.
They sure do.
And they do. I think they're quite right. It was good thinking on their part to think that they do. At any rate, they teamed up. They had an idea for a TV exercise show, which will be premiering right here on Channel 6 on Monday. Here with a preview of their show are Mike Timmons and Mary Lou Bridgewater, the Fitness Twins.
Thank you very much. We're delighted to be here. And as you can see, the first exercise we want to do tonight is jogging. You folks at home may want to do your exercises right along with us. The key word in our system of exercise is called redistribution. And as you can see in jogging, the point is simply to move the weight from the bottoms of your feet up into your ankles. Then when you look on the scales, your weight is farther away from the scales and it registers a whole lot lower. So we're jogging. Okay, real good. Now, on to the next exercise, which again is a redistribution exercise. A lot of you people have seen the waist bends and twists. What we do is simply redistribute the weight that is around your waist. And now let's do it with the numbers. All right, Mary Lou? And to the left, and 1, 2, and 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2. That's it. 5, 2, 6, 2, 7, 2, 8, 2, 9, 2, and 10, 2. Okay. And now we go down on the floor for some floor exercises. The first exercise we're going to do on the floor today is the standard push-up. You beginners will want to rest on your knees, and the more advanced will rest on their toes in this fashion. Now, the idea, once again, is to redistribute the weight. As you can see, the weight is being redistributed from my chin up into my head. And let's do it with the numbers. We'll do 10. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. Real good. Okay. And now, our next exercise is going to be sit-backs. You are all familiar, I'm sure, with the standard sit-up that goes something like that. Well, these are called sit-backs, and they simply look something like this. So we'll begin again, and we'll do 10. All set, Mary Lou? Good. And 1, and 2. That's it. And 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. 11 and 12. Okay. And we thank you very much.
Why don't you folks come on over? Boy, I guess Channel 6 has got another blockbuster show, and that's just fabulous there. I hope you realize it is Channel 6. When you came out there, it might have looked like Channel 10. It is Channel 6. Kind of curious, let's just say for some crazy screwball reason, you yourself might want to drop a few. How long would it take you to get down to a size where you could be considered, portable?
Goodness, it'd take about 10,000 waist-bends and I would say about 7,500 sit-ups and maybe 5,000 butt walks.
That's where you walk on your rear end, huh? Maybe you might want to go down to Cincinnati and back some weekend. Well, I only kid because you're lovely and I know you can take it.
Okay, it's been great talking with you people. I want to congratulate you on, I think, a rather unique approach to television and exercise in general. And also, you have a new way of telling time. See you in about 40,000 sit-ups, okay?
Whoa.
We'll be right back. Thank you, Happy. Happy Kind, the Mirth Makers, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I have a very, very happy task to perform right now, and that is to introduce to you the mayor of Fernwood, Mr. Merle Jeter. Well, it's not the mayor's desk, but it's all we can do. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Barth, how you doing there?
Pretty good. What's this special event you have that
Well,
brings you
Barth,
here
I
tonight?
think you hit it right on the head there. This certainly is a special night for me. I have the honor to present a civic citation to a young lady who has really accomplished something here in town. I think, Barth, way too often the press probably publishes too much of the negative side of life. By that,
I agree
by
with
that I mean that they will publish too much about the bad things that people do.
You've hit it right on the head, Your Honor. You know, as a matter of fact, this negative aspect that these papers dwell on is what we can thank for our Barth Gimbel being here in Fernwood, because if those Miami newspapers hadn't dredged up all this about that payola and his incident with the young girl...
Jerry. I think the mayor's probably way too busy to bother himself with things that wouldn't hold up in court.
Well,
But you're here, and that's the important thing.
He is here, and that is important.
I meant you.
I think if I could interject here, I think the real point, though, is that this little girl has done really something very amazing, and I would like to see the public acknowledge that. I mean, even if it's just the small amount of people that are watching this show.
I think it might be a lot more people than you know. What has this little girl done exactly?
Well, Barth, I tell you, rather than, to get into that right now, if I could maybe just bring her out here, and then when I bring her out here, you can hear what she did within the presentation, if you know what I mean. Would that be all right?
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
Great. Wendy, darling, come on out here.
Oh, for crying out loud.
This is Wendy Price.
Well,
Why don't we just give her the seat of honor right here?
Right next to you?
Absolutely. There you go.
Well, whatever you say.
You nervous about being on TV? Okay.
Could you? No, I guess you couldn't. I tell you, what's happening here? This little child has done a very outstanding thing. Barth, I don't know whether you're familiar with it. You haven't been in Fernwood that long, I know.
No, I haven't, to be honest.
Throughout the years, the little girls of Fernwood have been selling their cookies. And this year, what happened with Wendy here is that she set an all-time record, Barth.
Oh, boy.
Now, all she did, that's just the beginning, all she did is she sold more cookies than all the other girls put together. Now, can you believe that, folks?
This little thing here?
Yeah. To me, I'll tell you. Right, shake his hand, darling. To me, that's a wonderful accomplishment, and I would just like to be here to congratulate you, and I'm sure all those folks would too. You don't have to clap again, but congratulations, Wendy.
Well, what is your secret?
Wendy?
If I told you that, it wouldn't be a secret.
Ah, she
I'm just trying to figure out.
She's tricky,
right.
But effective. I tell you.
I need to know the secret to sell things. I have to come out here sometimes and sell my jokes. If I knew your secret, that would help.
Right,
She must
right.
have sold, what, like 10, 15 boxes of the
She did, and you wouldn't believe, it's amazing that she could sell as many as she did in a town as small as Fernwood.
That's the point I was making. Well,
Yeah.
listen, we got a lot of show to do tonight. Congratulations.
Actually, what the if you want to talk numbers for just a second there, it's over $2,000 she come up with on the sale of her cookies.
I would like to know her secret, actually.
I'll tell you, if I could, it sounds vain and everything. It starts talking about yourself like every typical politician. But I tell you, it's a curious thing because there's a certain parallel between Wendy's success in selling these cookies and my own success in the mayoral election. And I remember, well, as a matter of fact,
You both have a secret weapon, that's for sure.
Right.
She won't tell hers, and I bet you
Well,
won't.
no, I'm going to tell you mine right now, Barth. I know that you weren't in town at the time. You were still down in Miami fighting for your life.
Well.
But what happened is it was probably, in terms of my opponent, a typical election. He's a typical politician, blowing his, stack here and there in public places, on television, what have you, table thumping, all this kind of thing. And I just had what I think was a heck of an idea, and I think it was the turning point. I come on television myself, paid for it my own self, and and come on there with the idea that if I just looked out there into the lens of that camera and just talked to the people, which I did, and said, folks, you remember that. I don't want to bore all you people because you all remember, but this is just for Barth now. I just said, listen, if you just look into my eyes for a couple of minutes, I'm not going to say a word, but just visit with you with my eyes, I'm sure that by the end of that 2 minutes, you'll see what kind of a man I am, and you'll be able to make up your mind who to vote for there. Well, did it work, folks?
I guess he's your mayor.
I'll tell you what.
Let's try it with Wendy, for crying out loud. Let's just look into her eyes.
It can work. Anytime you look into anybody's eyes, Barth, I think you can see into their heart. And if we do that,
I want to find out how she sold the darn
whichever camera
cookies.
would be, I'm sure you could find the goodness that lies beneath there, which I think is probably the key to her success of selling them cookies.
Let's just
you
take a
wanna
look
try
in
that,
her
or-
eyes. Let's try it.
Great.
give up. I give up. Is it something that you do by yourself or with someone else?
Partly.
Is it a service?
Is it done outdoors or outdoors?
Partly.
Could I do it?
Inscrutable here, just
Yeah,
inscrutable.
I think on that one you'd have to say sometimes, darling, because it does involve a bicycle, right?
You know, Jerry, I think this little girl's going to take this secret with her to the grave,
Right.
which, God willing, will be quite a while from now.
I got a political career ahead of me.
So, I appreciate your taking time out from your day to spend a day here. Yeah. Because I know you're a busy man.
Son of a gun. I heard you were a funny guy. And
If we can't
I
get
think
each other,
he is, don't
Mr.
you,
Gator.
folks? Listen, boy, I've got to go and get back there and watch the store. So if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna just get lost here, okay? And it's so nice to have you in town here with your show and all the luck in the world, okay?
Okay.
Take it easy now. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Mr. Mayor.
Smart TV viewers compare. Who's the Boss includes no Dick York. With Bewitched, you get Dick York in every Nick at Night episode. Get more of what you're watching for with Nick at Night.
Thank you. Happy Kind in the orchestra. Ladies and gentlemen, my dad wants to be in show business in the worst possible way, and that's why we have him here tonight on Fernwood Tonight. I got him a job here at the station as a security guard, but it just wasn't good enough. It didn't really satisfy him completely. He wants to be under the hot lights of showbiz. Who can blame him? I know it maybe sounds a little nepotistic of me, but it's kind of mellow, and I think a lot of you people would want your son to be just as mellow in the same way. So please, would you give a warm Fernwood Tonight welcome to my father, Mr. Garth Gimble, Sr.
This is just my pet, you know. And I've just been fooling around with him, and he's done so many tricks. I don't know whether it's the way I teach him or whether he's just all that smart. I really don't know. But we've had quite a love affair, and we have such a rapport. We communicate a lot closer, I think, than human beings. So I'm going to show you, and watch how quick he responds. I think that's the main thing. It's just how quick and that shows how eager they are to please, if you know what I mean like that. You ready, angel baby boy? Huh? You can, now wait, angel, which way you gonna look? That way? Now wait, you sit there, precious. Now wait, I'm so proud of you. He hasn't done anything yet, has he? He's going to. Now wait a minute, wait, I'll tell you when. I'll tell you the minute he does something. Now here we go. You ready, Loopy? Loopy, here, baby. Now here, now, Louie, look over there. Over there. Yeah, good boy. Now hold it, precious, right there. Now hold it right there, precious. There.
Dad, why don't you just give it up? Louie stinks.
Wait, son. Now wait till I ask you to do it. Now wait, you know, don't humiliate him now because he has feelings, you know. Dogs are people. Now let him do it. He's a great performer. Now wait till I tell. Now right there, look at me until I tell you. You're good. Now, look over there. Quick. Quicker than that. There he goes. Watch this. Now, I don't know where he ever got this. Now, watch this one. Why, are you watching, son?
Yeah.
Now, wait, please. He's so good. Now, wait. Louie, bring your paw back. Now, what, precious? Wait till I tell you, Angel. He's so anxious. Wait, Angel. He ad-libbed that. He didn't. That's what I taught him.
Then why don't you have him put away? Humane methods, Dad. Just have him gassed or something.
Good boy! I'll have him sit up for you, and watch how high he sits up, and he'll sit up longer. I've never known a dog to sit up as long as he does. And the idea is that it's easy to sit up. You have to have a strong back to do it. That's the idea. And he's got the strongest back. Isn't he good? I told you he was good. Come on. Come on. Wait, he's got it now.
ahead, Dad.
I'll tell you some more. Wait, I'll show you some more, Angel. Now, what's Daddy got? How many fingers has your daddy got in his right hand?
Daddy's got his
Yeah,
nerve.
now, wait, son. Here, now. You know, you didn't roll over the first time I asked you to either. How many, Angel? What's Daddy got here? You have to be patient with him. Come on. Now, tell Daddy. How many fingers, Angel? Now, wait a minute. Wait till I ask you. Wait, precious. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. Now, how many fingers am I holding up? Good boy.
You've been a great bunch, huh? You've been terrific. You've really been swell, and so have you all. I really appreciated coming down here, Mike and Mary Lou. It's Monday on Channel 6. You're on at 7:30 at night. You'll be opposite those Richard Nixon, David Frost interviews. Best of luck with your show. I think you'll probably do pretty well. And again, I hope maybe when, you know, the show is over or whatever, like Tuesday, you might come back and visit us again. Would that be okay?
And they're not married, so any of you single guys and gals might want to keep close tab on
You
them.
can always write to them care of the station. I'm sure they'll be glad to answer your mail.
Right.
And Jerry showed up again. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Help yourself to the candy. We'll be back tomorrow night. Thank you very much.
Also appearing on tonight's show were Hap Lawrence as Mike Timmons, Tiny Brooks as Mary Lou Bridgewater, Carol Harrison as Wendy Price, and special guest appearance by Dabney Coleman as Merle Jeter.
Now, the